It's 2019 and you want some money for your music. I hear you. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to make money this year as a singer or a musician in the music business. And I'm not talking about someone who is on a record label releasing a million CDs. I'm talking about you sitting at home, thinking about your career and all the things that you want to do in it and how in the world you're going to support yourself doing the thing that you love the most. It has to be an option for you, right? I think the common misconception here is that a lot of aspiring artists think about the level of success that they hope to achieve. Now, we all are hoping to have that huge mansion on a hill, 5 cars in our garage, and all the money we could possibly dream of, right? I get it. But it doesn't always have to be that way when you're starting out with being able to support yourself. So I think the thing that singers often think about is either A, I'm going to make millions and millions of dollars someday and be able to support myself and everybody around me, or B, I'm going to end up as a starving musician playing on a street corner for quarters in my guitar case. But that isn't the truth. The truth is you have the ability to be in the middle of those two things. So how do you get from the point that you're at right now, sitting in your room watching this video, to being able to make a living for yourself in the music business and in doing something you love so much? There has to be a way. Today, I thought I would give you 10 different tips on how you can actually make money as a singer or musician in the music business when you are not signed to a label or living right here in Music City. Let's start with tip number 1. This is the easiest of all the tips, and that is live music. I don't care if you are just starting out as a singer or you are the biggest singer in the world, the strongest form of income for any singer across the board is always going to be playing live shows, because it is the biggest source of income with ticket sales and sponsorships and things like that. So if you have the ability to perform live, get out, form a band, do an acoustic gig, anything that you can possibly do to perform in front of an audience, that is going to always be your number one way to make money. Now, if you're lacking in this area, I've done another video about how to get live performance gigs and opportunities. I'll link that video below so you guys can kind of watch that. It'll hopefully give you some ideas on how to get the ball rolling in that area. Okay, tip number 2 to go along with the live music thing is to actually put on a show yourself. Now, this means if a venue hasn't hired you to come in and perform, there is always the opportunity for you and your band members to actually go and book a venue for a price where you would pay, like, whatever the rental fee costs to rent out the theater, and then you sell tickets at a higher price point so that not only are you making enough money to pay back the venue, but then you're also making a profit for you and your band members. This is always going to be a risky opportunity because you want to make sure that you're able to fill the venue or at least make enough money back to pay back the venue that you've already invested in, and then make a little bit of money in return. So just be wise about the size of the venue that you book. If you want to do this, make sure you have enough friends and family members and fans in the area that you think are going to actually come out and see you on that night, and that they're going to buy the tickets at the price point that you set the tickets at. You also don't want to set your ticket point so high that people aren't going to want to spend the money. So make sure it's in the middle where you're able to pay back the money you owe, but then you're also able to make a profit in return. The other good thing about doing your own show has to go with tip number 3, and that is being able to sell merchandise. Merchandise is always going to be a huge opportunity for you to make money at your shows beyond whatever it is that you're getting paid to do. So I know CDs are kind of phasing out. There are other ways that you can make money at your merch table. Number 1, you can sell other pieces of merchandise like t-shirts and mugs and, basically anything you can think of that your fan base is going to buy. But now you can also do other things where you can sell download cards. I've seen people sell those bracelets with the little USB port on the end. So when you plug that into your computer, it downloads the music instantly to your computer. There are tons of ways. You just have to be creative and think about it. To go along with this, you can actually also sell merchandise online. That's also a great stream of revenue, whether you have a YouTube channel or just a website, or you're just trying to direct people to a third-party site that's hosting your merchandise for you. Do a little research on where you can actually find a company that will host your merchandise online. And if you can't find a third-party company, or you don't want to make the investment in doing something like that, you can also just have the merchandise at your house and sell it online through PayPal or whatever means you can find through your website. And then actually, when when you get the orders in, you can fulfill them in your own home, where you get the shirt, you package it, you mail it out. It's a little bit of an extra step and a little bit more of a cost for you to actually go to the post office and pay for the postage or whatever it is, but it's another stream of revenue. And if you have enough orders coming in, it's going to be beneficial and profitable to you. Okay, the next tip is actually offering yourself up as a demo singer. So if you are singing a lot and you feel really comfortable in the studio at this point, and you know other songwriters that may not be the best vocalists, offer your services as a singer for them to demo their work. I know a ton of singers in Nashville that actually make their living doing this. So they hook up with different writers and publishing companies that need vocalists to come in and sing a vocal on a song that someone else has written. Maybe it's a male songwriter and the song is more geared towards a female vocal. So they'll hire a female vocalist to come in and actually sing on the demo. And these can pay incredibly, incredibly well. So definitely do your research. See if there are any writers around your area that might be looking for this service, and just offer them your ability to sing on their demos. Tip number 5 actually also goes along with this, and that is if you are a musician, you can offer your services to play on demos that other vocalists or songwriters are recording. People have to get their songs demoed in order to pitch them to other singers. And in order to have a great demo, you need great musicians and great singers. So whether you're a singer or a musician, definitely try to find some songwriters in your area that might be looking for what you have to offer. Whatever you can think of to just kind of generate a little extra income for yourself. The next tip I have for you is to actually go to a church and see if they need a cantor or possibly a wedding or funeral singer. Now, I know this might sound weird, but when I was growing up, the way that I first started making the most amount of money as a singer was actually singing at weddings at a church, cantoring mass services, and also singing at funerals. Thinking back, I was definitely the weird girl at high school who would show up in a black velvet dress and then leave school in the middle of the day to go sing at a funeral and then come back. No wonder people thought I was weird in high school. But anyway, I came back from those funerals with a lot of cash in my pocket. So even though I was the weird girl in high school who would leave school in my black dress to go sing at a funeral, I was also the girl who always had money in her pocket. So it's an awesome idea for you to actually hook up with a local church. Maybe it's a church that you attend, or maybe it's a church in your community. This will generate people coming up to you and asking you to sing at their weddings. I know, because that's how I generated a lot of my opportunities to sing at weddings. And weddings pay very well if you perform the church service. So go online, look up different churches in your area and reach out to them. Ask them if they're in need of a singer or a musician to play at some of their masses, their services, whatever it is that they are doing and whatever they need. Just be available. It's really easy to learn all of their different hymns and different songs that they might possibly need. And if you do get the chance to sing at some weddings, you're going to start building your repertoire, because a lot of brides want the same music played at their weddings. So you're going to start developing a repertoire, and it's going to get easier and easier for you to make money. Okay, the next tip I have is for those of you who might be a little bit more advanced, and that is to teach. So if you have the ability to teach a younger person the skill that you have already learned, that is one of the best ways that you are going to find to make money. And you're going to be doing good for your community. Turning out better singers, better guitar players, whatever it is that you do is always going to be a good thing for you to put forth in your life and in your community. And it's also going to generate a little bit more income for yourself, whether it's lessons via Skype or through your home or through a school that might be in your area. Definitely see what you can find to generate some money by teaching and using the skills that you have spent money learning and you have spent time trying to better yourself, and then get paid to do that for somebody else. All right, next is being a backup vocalist. You don't always have to be the front man in a band to make money. People are always searching for people to sing in their band, to sing harmony, to lay down vocals on songs that they're recording. If you have the ability to sing harmony, offer your services as a backup vocalist. It's really a lot of fun because you get to be a part of this band and in a group of people singing and on stage. And even if you aren't the lead singer in a spotlight, it doesn't matter. It's going to generate money for you. You're still going to be put in a position to meet people and network. You're going to better your techniques and your abilities. And it's always going to be great if you can can learn to sing harmony, because down the road, if you start a career of your own, you can actually eliminate having to hire somebody on in the studio and sing all the background vocals on your own. So if you can sing harmony, I highly recommend doing your research and seeing if you can hook up with any singers that you might know that might need an extra member of their band, and it's going to generate a great amount of extra income for you. And this goes for you musicians as well. Everybody is always looking for a musician to fill their band, whether it's a guitar player, a bass player, a drummer, whatever it is. And even if you're pursuing a career of your own, being a sideman is a great way to make extra income in the meantime. Okay, number 9, that is function and wedding bands. These are probably the top paying gigs as an independent artist that you can possibly get, because they have huge budgets and they're willing to pay you. So if you can get on the circuit of function bands or wedding bands, which also are a very high paying gig, definitely build up your repertoire so that you can get your opportunity to perform in one of these. Now, what I recommend for this is always being brushed up on the top 40 songs, and then all the wedding songs that you typically hear, like the hits from the 80s and 90s and 2000s that are pretty much played at every single corporate function or wedding event. So definitely brush up on those, and then begin offering your services to play in a wedding band. There are definitely sites online that you can look up for different corporate events and function bands and things like that. So you can try to get yourself integrated, or at least get yourself an audition to perform with one of these bands. The other good thing about playing with a wedding or a function band is that they perform super frequently. They could have 2 to 3 weddings a week sometimes if you can get in with the top ones. And when they're not playing weddings, they're playing functions and private parties and things. All of these things are going to generate a lot of extra income for you if you can get involved. Okay, the last tip I have for you today is if you're a little bit more advanced in your music career at this point and you have a little bit of money, you can actually build your own home studio and start offering services to other singers or to anyone who might need a track recorded. So it's not that difficult to build a home studio. You just need a couple good things like a good microphone, a good interface, a good recording software like Pro Tools or Logic or something like that. And then anything extra you want to have, any extra little pieces to actually make yourself sound a little bit more professional. Do your homework, learn the best ways to do this kind of thing in setting up a home studio. And once you get the ball rolling with demoing your own work, which is also going to save you money in the long run because you're not going to have to pay to go demo your own things, you can then start offering your services to other people. There are always going to be singers and writers who need to get their songs demoed for an affordable rate. And if you can provide those kinds of services from your own home, it's going to be really affordable to everybody else. And also it's going to generate money for you in the meantime. So definitely do some research about putting together a home studio and see if that's something that you can start working towards to bring yourself a little bit of extra income. I hope these tips and tricks helped you today on bringing yourself some more money in 2019. Like I said, you don't have to be a millionaire to be a successful person in the music business, as long as you're sustaining your way of life and that you're making enough money to live the life that you want. That's really all any of us are hoping for. So if you take the tips and tricks that I taught you today and try to integrate them into your own life, I guarantee somewhere along the line, one of those things is going to be able to bring you some income. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I release new videos every week on tips and tricks for navigating the music business. I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you next time.